Dylan, Braeden und Cole, das heißt, die Wallows sind jetzt bei mir im Interview. Great to have you guys. How are you feeling?
We're feeling good. We're gearing up for tour. Our album's coming out. We're just sort of gearing up. It's just a lot of preparation right now.
To clear the hard facts first, how does political issues affect your music?
We're diving right in.
Of course, we don't have that much time, you know.
I mean, to be honest, they don't. I mean, I think if you've listened to any of our music, we've never sang about anything political in our songs. So anyone who knows us or has listened to any one of our songs would know that Wallows aren't really a political band. Now, it's not that we don't have opinions on political. Sorry, my cat is
playing drums.
Using the litter box right now. He scratches the walls of it, thinking that he's covering stuff. So what I'm saying is that, like, I mean, we definitely, obviously, we have views, we have political beliefs, but we don't really bring it into our music, at least not yet. It's not something that we just are inspired enough to sing about, I don't think, because it's like we don't know what we could bring to the table in our songs. What would our opinion do in music, you know? I feel like our music is a little bit more of an escape or something in that sense, really, rather than it's not as grounded in reality all the time, you know.
I thought our generation was never so close to a nuclear war. The situation is really fucked up.
I know. Maybe if we were recording or writing right now, who knows? Maybe it could have some sort of influence. But at least when we were writing these songs for this album, it was the album very much ended up being about relationships, primarily like romantic relationships, which is a very common theme, but it's where it ended up, you know.
Dylan, what kind of cat is it? This sounds like a really big one. Is it a white cat? Tiger?
He's like record breaking. He's a chinchilla Persian, and he's not that smart, which is why he's scratching the walls right now, thinking that he's okay. Now he's out. He's done.
All right. Yeah. So could we just agree on, please, no more historical events like pandemic or war and stuff, so that we can just be happy and enjoy music of the Wallows?
Yes.
Yeah, if we all could just agree. If we could all just agree. No more pandemics. Maybe we could stop them from happening.
Right. So where are you guys right now? Cole, where are you?
I'm in my apartment in Los Angeles, California. All of us are sort of scattered throughout LA at the moment.
How much time does it take to meet? Is it a long distance, or are you like living in the same area?
Yeah, not too long. I'm about 20 minutes away from Cole, about 20 so minutes away from Dylan. I think maybe a little longer, like 25 or so. It's all, and then Cole's usually right in the middle when we meet up.
We kind of live in a triangle from each other, but living in LA, I mean, a 20-minute drive is like going down the street, basically, in LA.
Yeah, we talk in minutes here. Yeah. We live 20 minutes away.
So nah dran waren wir selten. Die Wallows sind hier auf EgoFM zum Interview zur neuen Platte, die ganz großartig geworden ist. Tell Me That It's Over heißt dieses gute Stück, das wir in dieser Stunde besprechen. Ich freue mich riesig. Thanks for being my guest on the show.
Thanks for having us.
New record is called Tell Me That It's Over. Is it an album about love?
Yes, it is. I think like we were going through different sort of phases of relationships at this point in our lives when we were like writing and making this album. And I think that we went into it without really a narrative through line in mind, but it just sort of naturally ended up being sort of about, relationships in your 20s and how they can start to feel a lot more serious and not knowing like what is actually the start of the rest of your life or not, and like how it impacts your decisions or how it makes you overthink things, and just sort of the complications, the highs and lows of serious relationships once you're like, you know, getting later into your life is what this album is about.
Talking about quitting things, what did you quit recently?
Oh my gosh.
Quit bathing.
Yeah, this guy stinks. No, that's a really tough question. I mean, I guess
we quit sleeping.
We have quit sleeping. We have quit free time.
We've quit free time.
Yeah, we have quit chilling. I think, I don't know. That's a really tough question. I mean, as I've gotten older, and I think as we've gotten older, we've become increasingly self-aware, maybe, and maybe like a little less serious about things. So I think maybe that's a form of quitting, like being more secure. You know, we've quit being insecure.
That's
in many ways. Yeah.
We're just keeping on with our bad habits. We're not quitting anything. We're committing.
2 Jahre nach ihrer Remote-EP ist das LA Alternative Trio Wallows mit neuem Album zurück. Natürlich mit dem gewohnt geschmeidigen Lo-Fi, Post-Punk und Indie-Folk drauf. Great to have you.
It's great to be here.
Great to be here.
Most stupid question first. Are you a boy group?
I mean, I'd say yeah.
I think absolutely yes.
Absolutely,
we are a group of boys, yeah. What do you qualify as a boy group?
Good-looking boys making music.
Oh,
I don't know if I can speak to the first part. We are boys making music, and I think these guys are good looking. So
Oh, come
well,
on.
Dylan's a good looking
We are.
guy.
Come on, Dylan.
I don't be in a boy group. If that's how people see us, then hell yeah, we're a boy
Yeah,
group.
whatever.
First time you guys formed a band was as teenagers, 2011 in South California, called yourself, joined the band. Later you were Fever, then the Narwhals in 2017, then finally Wallows. If you could have chosen any other band name, what would it be?
What was flying around? What was flying around in the
Some
hat?
pretty bad ones were flying around.
Tell me.
Like, yeah, Cole, was everyone you really wanted or one you liked?
I don't think there was any that I liked until we settled on Wallows. Actually, there was a time where we may have been called like Varsity or something like that. That would have been okay, but there's a band named that, so we weren't named that.
And we also came up with Video Age, and we found out that was a band name.
Oh, right, that was also a band already.
Varsity, Video Age, the Visors. Like we were pretty on
Visors.
The Visors.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, I think I'm very thankful that Wallows exists. Like I would never say this about, I mean, it just feels good to be like, oh, at least our name is cool, you know?
I honestly think that if Varsity and Video Age weren't bands, we would have committed to one of those first. I bet.
Definitely.
Because Video Age, we were pretty stoked on, and we are like, oh, this band exists. And they're really good.
Video Couch.
Trying to like change it just a little bit.
So, by the way, Wallows is actually a skate spot in Hawaii, right? Because I've seen Animal Chin when the young Tony Hawk is skating down there, like in a nice 80s outfit.
Yeah, we want to go there. We'd love to play a show at the
There.
Wallows spot sometime.
Have you
Yes.
ever been there?
We'd never been.
Have any of us ever been to Hawaii at all? I've never been.
Me neither.
I've been.
You haven't. I want to go so bad.
No, that's
where I
gonna
was.
be the most epic show of Wallows ever, I guess.
Yeah.
When you see those pictures, do you sometimes get the feeling of, yeah, that's when the world was still in order?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure the world wasn't in order then in some ways.
Has the world
but
ever been in order? Has it
I
ever
don't think the world's ever been in order, but hopefully it's getting there. But nice hair in the 80s.
Definitely. So there's the cat. Now I see it. Really fluffy looking. So did you guys change a lot? Does the new music sound different?
Yeah, I think it sounds different. It's hard for me, at least, to have actual unbiased perspective on our own music because we're just so intimately attached to it. But if I had to attempt to remove myself and look at it from an outside perspective, I feel like it would be maybe the most mature sounding music that we've made, the most confident sounding. Like we're really committing to different textures and different sounds and wearing our inspirations more just more out there on our sleeves. So yeah, I feel like we've gotten older and we've grown up, and it's sort of reflected on this new record.
Especially You is a song about the early stages of relationship and maybe killing it while stressing over the smallest things for no reason, right?
It is.
Who did bring this up?
I wrote the lyrics to that song. I think it was just kind of going back because I definitely wrote the lyrics later on, like deeper into my relationship where I felt very confident in it. But I think I was just sort of like going back into my head of like, yeah, I think like you can easily really get in your head in the beginning of a relationship with someone and thinking you're not good enough and sort of overcomplicating things. And just sort of tapping back into that because I just had this line in my head for a while on the idea of this song of some things leave me confused, but especially you. I just had that line. So I just sort of centered it around that and tapped into like older feelings that I used to have really to sort of build it all out.
So what would you say? Why is it so hard to not overthink too much? And who in the band is the most relaxed?
Definitely Cole. Cole's the most relaxed, I would imagine.
Me?
I mean, I would imagine. I feel like
so much weight of like shit that we're doing. I don't know. I mean, Cole acts calm, but I feel like Cole secretly is like not that relaxed.
Volcano Cole.
I mean, yeah, this is the expose. No,
I think we're all equally as overthinking though. I think.
Yeah, like I think it's tough. That's a great question.
Oh, in terms of overthinking, yeah, Cole's probably the most relaxed. Yeah.
Maybe. I mean, in terms of like band stuff.
I do is band, like constantly. Biggest overthinker, but I feel like I'm just constantly overthinking things.
I think you guys also are just quicker than me. Like I kind of move at like a sloth-like pace, And so therefore I don't think I give myself opportunities to overthink certain things, you know, but you guys just like go off. So you're just like trying to like play catch up with your own minds, you know, where I'm just like, I'm sitting here like, you know, I have not thought about who overthinks the most.
Well, guys, here's my proposal. Let's not overthink this question too much.
Nice.
Bam! Die Wallows noch bei mir, das heißt Dylan, Braeden und Cole. Braeden, do you still walk and talk in your sleep?
Whoa. So, I'm not sure if I do because I'm sleeping when it's happening. But when I'm around,
you were sleeping right now, as I thought you meant.
Oh, that's hilarious. No, basically, I do talk in my sleep, and I have sleepwalked before. That was mainly when I was younger. But like there was a time on a tour bus where I literally was screaming like, guys, like in my bunk.
We all like woke up like, dude, what's going on? All of our heads are popping
out of our bunks. We just hear Raven in his bunk like, guys.
Like, I hope not. Yeah, and Dylan says that I've been like, so what do you think, or something, like when he's on the phone, and I was like, or something, and I like walked up and was like, I don't know. I don't
threatened me in his sleep. Honestly,
I hope not. I think I'm pretty chill.
Dylan and Braeden, you two are also actors since you were kids. Sänger Dylan ist auch Schauspieler, kennen manche aus Prison Break oder 13 Reasons Why. If you had to stop one of both, music or acting, what would it be?
Music. Just kidding. No,
that would have surprised me, really.
Yeah, 100% music. I don't want to be doing this. I'm just kidding. I think Braeden and I think we're in agreement. We don't really want to stop either. Like, right. In my life, if I like had a gun to my head and had to choose, like I would stick with music because this is like going really well, and we're committing all this time to it, and we're taking it very seriously. And but then, you know, would hope that's not permanent, you know, because I think the more time we take away from acting, I feel like the more inspired we feel to go back to it at some point, and more inspired we feel about that whole industry in general. I just like to go where I feel inspired, you know, and that's just right now, that's Wallows.
Exactly.
Goes for both of us, you know.
Definitely.
And it's completely your own thing, right? Because Wallows is your baby, so nobody else can say, hey, make this or those. Are you more recently discovered on the streets as the guy from Wallows, or the guy that I know from TV or movie or stuff?
It's kind of an even mix nowadays, to be honest. It's sort of like it's either 50-50, either of those or both. Yeah, I mean, we all, like, when we're out together, you know, we run into fans and things like that, and it feels really fun though when people, you know, recognize us for music, because it just is like validating. It's like, oh, cool, like, you know, because we were younger, if we saw someone we were a fan of on the street,
yeah,
you know, if it was like Alex Turner or something, that'd be so exciting to us. It's like the fact that there can be a kid or, you know, something that is excited to see us as a band. I was there, like that was us, you know?
Yeah.
That thought is really exciting and cool and just inspiring, and it's fun for us. Yeah.
Talking about fans, I've seen Dylan, Jimmy Kimmel is following you on Instagram.
Whoa.
Yes.
Hey.
Bam, mic drop. Really, I've seen it.
Damn.
So
maybe it's because I've been on the show. We're gonna pay Kimmel a little visit. Let's just say that.
Nice. Okay, that's a teaser. So I wondered, who is your most famous friend?
Mine is Dylan and Braeden.
Yeah, exactly.
Good answer. That's a good one. You're playing more shows and concerts than ever before with any record. How much of a relief, or let's say seed jam, feels this year 2022?
I mean, it's funny. It's been, you know, the whole world obviously dealt with the pandemic, and people had different things going on, and work and life, everything changed. But for us, you know, the way that the band operates, it always kind of happens in like big waves. So this is a pretty giant wave for us, where I go into our calendar and I see like, okay, I know what I'm doing pretty much down to like almost to the day for the next like year of my life. Wow. Which is cool. Like, you know, but it's so interesting that it's all planned. Like, I know where I'm going to be exactly 3 months from now, you know? So,
does it scare you?
There's comfort,
or makes it
a little bit
more free?
It makes it easier, I think, to budget time, where I'm like, okay, like I know that I want to spend my Tuesday doing this or whatever, or I know that I have this time to do that. So it can be kind of comforting, but also like we have no choice. I don't know. I don't think about it too much, but it's just like, there's not very many industries that operate that way, you know? So
it's gonna be dope, and it's gonna be fire, like this album, because whole album is a banger. Did you have as much fun making it as it sounds, or was it just work?
Definitely wasn't just work. No, I mean, we I think making new music for us is always fun, no matter what. Like that's one of the most fun aspects of being in this band are when we're like creating music that we're excited about when we're touring. That's just the things that keep it afloat for us, I think. So now there's definitely times where it was a long process. And it was sort of like, oh, like I just want to like, there's sometimes you're like, I just want to get it over with, you know, because it's like takes a long time. Sometimes you just want to hear the final product so badly. But it's just about patience and getting it right. And that's kind of what we just focus on this time, is just not overthinking it and taking all the time it needed to just get it right, to get it to the place it needed to be. So, and to hear the songs come to life in the way that they were, which were really transforming from how we started them, thanks to our producer, Ariel, and just, you know, thanks to us feeling open to it and stuff. I think it was really fun to surprise ourselves and hear our songs with this production that we really, really love. And yeah, I mean, I think the whole thing overall was just fun.
And Ariel is, of course, a huge one because he also produced Haim or Adele, right? What makes a perfect pop song for you? Is there a recipe?
Right. I'm not sure there's a perfect pop song in terms of like our writing. Like I feel like all our writing is mainly like there's no formula. I think it's mainly about like what inspires you at the moment, like what melody has like some sort of emotional response out of you. So it's not like you're kind of like, you don't know what you're getting into. It's more just like, okay, like, let's see where this goes. And then you kind of go down that rabbit hole. But in general, I think a perfect pop song has to just be super catchy and iconic, like a Dancing Queen-esque beat. Oh, shit.
Do you have an example for like your perfect pop song?
Dancing Queen is a perfect.
Yeah.
You mean our song or like, because the song in general would be Dancing Queen. That's like a perfect pop song.
Yeah. Or like Last Christmas.
Last Christmas is a perfect pop song.
Guys, your whole record is super catchy and it's such loads of bangers. So congrats for this one. See you January in Munich, right? In Muffathalle.
Fantastic.
Yes.
Thanks a lot for being my guest. Die Wallows. Jetzt
Thank
mal
you
hier
so
bei
much.
EgoFM.
Thank you. Yeah.